Hello, this is Miho from Canada. How you guys been doing? So I've been thinking I need to challenge myself at a time like this to stimulate myself. So today I went for one and surprisingly my kids joined and my son is being living like a night owl, like night animals. He sleeps really late or even early in the morning, and then yesterday he's been sleeping afternoon, I don't even know what time, 2 maybe, and I was getting really agitated because I couldn't stand the fact that he was sleeping all day, literally. And I was gonna give him my mind, which I did before many times, but yesterday I just held myself. I was not gonna go there. This is his life, his body. I just let him be. And then I guess the human being will naturally wake up after so many hours spending on the bed. So he woke up and I said, whoa, you're awake, right? Anyway, every day you have something happening, and plus this coronavirus things happening, so the world is getting really chaotic and you feel really different, and you're cooped up in the house, kids are bored, and what do, right? And at least people who can go out, you can go walk with the dog, or you go for a run, which is great, like you keep moving. But some places they can't even go out, so literally they're cooped up in a house, right? And the time like this, I think it's best opportunity that's given to you to reflect yourself, look into yourself to be who you really are. What would you like to do? What would you like to be like? Say near future, after Corona, this will cease away eventually. I don't know how or how long, but we will come out of this. And this is a time when whole universe, the whole people on the earth are together. It's not like, oh, my country, I am okay. It's not like that. It's coronavirus is uniting whole nations on this earth. We are all in it, right? So this is the way the earth is changing into as a whole. Like, we need to unite. It doesn't matter where you're from, what color the skin is, or culture, or what you eat, religious background, or all sorts different beliefs. We accept all that as is. As a human being different is great, and being respectful to each other. None of those, this is the only way everybody follows or everybody obeys. It doesn't work like that, because we are all different. So we getting into this time when we need to really think each other and unite and respect each other. In order to do that, it comes from you inside. If you're agitated easily, angry about something, you're sad, despair, you're jealous, you're guilty feeling, all those, heavy frequency that you carry over and over, it's very hard to accept. Never mind other people, but who you really are. So you need to really align with yourself, who you really are, and to live authentic you, to live who you really are is so how you say, peaceful, harmonized, and loving, and you can shine. And if you're, say, away from who you really are, that happens a lot of people. I've been through that because I was expected to be a certain character, a certain expectation of this daughter, and I wasn't following their path. Though I had to go through so many hardships, and I got hurt. And if you go through so many bad feelings, you start to close up. You don't even want to share what you feel or what you think, because the moment that you do that, you get bashed down, you get kicked out, or you get smashed down, and you get hurt. And as a little kids, you just don't know what to do with it, except you just obey. That's the only survival skill that you have, because you need the food, you need the shelter, you need the clothing. You cannot just go out and live by yourself. Some kids end up doing that, but it's so hurtful to go that far. So a lot of kids would just held off and suppress what you really are feeling because you're afraid, you're scared, and you're frustrated. And those feelings, because you don't want to reveal that again over and over, so you unconsciously put that feeling aside and bury under really deep inside of your subconscious mind. And then when you become an adult, when you do something, from time to time it pops up because you haven't really let that go yet, haven't solved yet, you haven't really looked at it. And this heaviness of the feelings from the past really pulls you back and pulls you down, or stops you from doing something new or something challenging. So that you need to really heal inner child. Inner child is something that you been through experiences and feelings as a child, and for instance, you got hurt by, say, somebody who said something to you, and you're a little kid and you're so sensitive, and it just crushed your heart, and there was no one there to really support you or say that's okay. None of those. Instead, you got scolded, or you got bashed and criticized. It's just those bad feelings that's created, right? So that you need to go back to that little kid of you, and you have so many different events when you look back, and you just picked one moment and you just go there and visit that you when you're little, and you just hug. You've been doing so good, like this is tough, but you've been through it, and you're literally doing the best you can, and so proud of you. Something, we love you, I love who you are. Anything in that theme, you just embrace that little kid of yours, and you just hug, or even just patting, saying you're doing a great job, right? So that's how you heal that inner child, and it really helps to release those heaviness of the feelings that you had through the experiences while you were growing up. And as soon as you do that, you feel much lighter. So it could be there's so many versions of it, so it might come up from time to time. So you do it, periodically. You just go back to who you were then, and you just say, you're loved, we're so proud of you. You've gone through so much hard work, and you're great, you're awesome, right? And also you, like you've been going through so many different experiences, and you felt so many emotions. Some are good, some are really bad. So you embrace yourself too, like you appreciate who you really are. Literally, like you've gone through so much, right? And some are BS, some are just doesn't make sense, and some are just misunderstanding, or it's just frustrations, or a lot of feelings that you've been going through, past experiences, right? So have that feeling is a good thing, because you now understand what that feeling is like. So you understand the people with that experience better. So it really always anything that experienced in the past really grows you. Like you're not empty. You always had something to feed into, to grow, right? So it's okay. You just accept what you've been through. That's something you needed to feel and experience in order to be you now. And you just literally appreciate who you really are. And when you keep doing that, you start to feel who you really are, like a core of you. You could be living a person, say, parents wanted you to be. That was my case. I resisted it because I didn't like the way my parents told me to be, but after I had a lot of energy to fight with them, I did through that, but it really crushes your energy. It sucks the energy out of you by fighting constantly. It's a battle, and it really drained my energy to become like a puppet. Like it's a survival mode. In order to survive, you had to follow their rules. I hated it, but it started to kind of shrink my soul or my feelings to be who I am. So I lost who I was. I was kind of living away from who I really was. So I was always lost, because you're operating from these characters that are not you, right? So you always do something out of emptiness, not from your heart, to please somebody or please that situations momentarily, right? So you need to shift yourself into who you really are. In order to do that, you need to really look into yourself and talk to yourself like what you really want to do. If you're the only one who can make decisions, no other people will interfere, or money factors, environment, it doesn't really matter, or that's not the issue, then what would you like to do? When you set yourself in that mode, forget about your parents, forget about what the loved one says, or forget about the environment, forget about how poor you are, no jobs, what you want to do. Then you start to feel like, oh, I'd like to be this way. I like to be that way. I'd like to achieve that one. I like to have that job, or I like to have a great relationship. That's you. Like you really, really want to be who you really are. And that's really individual things. So this is a time to really reflect inside of yourself. And the self development is very rewarding, and you could really find surprise in your characters or your thoughts, because you're constantly growing. So you just be surprised yourself, like, oh, I am thinking this way now, right? So human beings are designed to grow and move forward. That's why we are here. Like if we don't have that, we've been still living outside in a little shack or no toilet, or it's just rough basic survival mode. But we have this urge to move forward and get better and improve and grow, and so it's very natural things to want more because you want to improve yourself, you want to grow. So you celebrate that, right? And you do it in your own ways. And it doesn't matter what the others are doing because they have a different stage. So it doesn't really have a sense to compare to you and the others because the start line is different, environment is different, their interest, their focus is all different, right? So it just always comes down to you. And in order to be authentic you or true you, you need to let go of all those heaviness of the feelings of the hate, anger, frustration, the guilty feelings, all those disappeared, sadness, those heavy feelings that you have inside. You need to look at it, accept it, and let it go. And you do that periodically because it will pop up from time to time as you go along. And when you do that, you get really lighter and you get closer and closer to who you really are. So I think this is the time, the best time, and a given opportunity to do it. And your conscious level will rise because you're constantly thinking about the growth of who you really are, right? Not like what can I steal from other people or what I can do in order to protect myself, or protect yourself by kicking somebody's out of my job site, or it's not about other people or environment outside of you. It's all within you. So when you become at peace, harmonized with yourself, whatever you see outside will start to follow. And you take things neutral as an event, and then you can literally choose how you want to feel. So this is the opportunity for you to really calm yourself down, to be in a peaceful and harmonized state. When you do that, you fulfill yourself. You're very independent, happy people. And those independent, happy people will decide to be together to help each other. Help as a whole, as a whole nation or whole the earth people. And things start to get much, much better. So it's more of you and working on yourself, your mind, your body, your soul. And you could really improve so much by consciously thinking about what you can do now for the future of you after this whole chaos. And you want to be stronger, and you're going to be shining and much happier you. So hopefully you do something new every day to stimulate your brain, and anything like new recipe. Or today, what I did is I mentioned it before, so I took everything out of the closet, the entranceway. There's so many shoes and stuff. So, and I clean inside and then get rid of the stuff. Like I don't need this, or the seasonal stuff, put them away. And then I put whatever we needed back on. It looked really fresh and I felt really good. Right? So when the closet area or entranceway is clean, you bring the luck in. That's what the people say. And it's true, like you feel really good. So you're looking upwards and your luck goes up too. So you clean up one section at a time. When you try to do the whole house, it's overwhelming and you don't even have the time to do it, and exhaust you and you will hate it. So you find a section, just this drawer, just dump everything out. The idea is not to pick and choose. Take everything out. The closet, everything out. It's a lot of work if you have a lot of stuff in it. So idea is not to, press or put every little, the space. You more of the enjoy the little space. That's how little you need, the materials, things. The thing is, you only need a few things to live, literally. So you clean that and then use the black garbage bag, because you cannot see through what's in there. So it really mentally and put away out of your mind. When you can see through, you go back like, oh, I might use this, or kids come like, oh, this is what I need. I do ask the kids stuff, but so maybe you could try that, the cleanup. So, and the new recipe I said, or workout, the new workout, maybe you try the push-ups. There are the different ways of doing it, narrow way or wide ways. If you like doing the workout, or pick up the book. And this is the time to really focus, like hour, 2 hours at a time, to really, focus. And cooking with the kids, and just keep your mind stimulated. And then look outside, maybe buy the flowers, to look at the color of the nature, and that really gives you a lot of power back. So hopefully, have a great day. Okay, bye-bye.